Yeah, Liam.
What?
You get one, I'll buy you a beer.
Can't be standing there for a while. That's nothing against your opinion.
Oh, no, you got a skull.
Boy, Matt, Matt, you were so useful then. Thanks for coming. Make sure it's all clear and then go through that.
Other customers I am the public speaking.
Be nice.
Good afternoon. My name's Michael McCallum, and
that was very good,
and I'm Sam's dad. I speak today on behalf of the McCallum and the McNamara clans, Sam's side of the family, and on behalf of Anna's parents, Peter and Louise Kemp, who've asked me to speak on their behalf too. It's truly wonderful to be here. It's a very proud moment for Bernie, for myself, for Tara, Laura, Sam, Isaac and Hamish, and all in the McNamara and McCallum families. Thank you very much for sending us your wonderful invitations. We were always going to be here anyway. I became a little nervous actually when I was asked to speak, especially on behalf of the families on both the bride and the groom. Although I got over this nervousness, it was a horrible 20 seconds there. I went to some websites to double check the basic ingredients of a father of the groom speech and saw so many contradictions about what to say, what not to say. One site said, you know, you shouldn't roast the groom as he is your son. I was wishing I'd read that about 18 years ago. And I could have supported Sammy in his transition from Essendon to Hawthorn. Sam was born in Horsham, and by luck it was on his birthday, so that made it easier to remember the date. I've got their pause for startled laughter. I did. I remember that we brought Sam home from hospital on a Saturday. It was late September, so of course we watched the grand final between Hawthorn and Geelong, which was a wonderful contest, and Gary Ablett Senior kicked 9 goals, but Hawthorn won by 6 points, and I could see something of a glint in Sam's eye that day for the Hawks. Sam was by far one of the most relaxing and peace-filled children parents could wish for. The back of his head became flattened as he preferred to lay flat. He'd rather sleep than sit up, to the point we had to get a tractor tube and pop him in it to stop him sleeping. Sam would always take part in Laura's dress-ups, although he lost his temper in later years as Isaac tended to just look that little bit better in taffeta dresses. Sam had to start wearing glasses when he was in about grade 2, and I remember dropping he and Laura and Isaac off for St Mary's Primary this morning, the first day of the glasses. These huge wire framed ones. He put his head down and he had this massive backpack on and he did a run. He thought, no one will notice me if I run really fast wearing these glasses. He raced off into the yard, only he forgot to duck when a basketball sailed his way and he was flattened. Now this is hard to imagine, but if you can imagine to the noise of Chariots of Fire, I came running into the yard to protect him and look after him, of course. And the kids had all surrounded Sam because he's on the ground and everyone wants to go and kick the kid on the ground. And one kid yelled out, "Quick, it's his dad!" And 66 kids bolted in all directions. Sam soon recovered. I had to take the day off after that exercise. Sam's always been a really determined, intelligent and sporty young man with super cricket skills, and in footy he proclaimed he had the best left foot in the league. I remember
Which league?
he's in the league of his own. I remember one day at a junior game going out to the 3/4 time huddle and the speecher's talking and they're pretty intently listening, and I look over and Isaac's got his footy shorts on inside out. I crept around the huddle to tell Sam he's playing on the same team and he had his inside out too, so they love their footy, they were that excited. Sam grew up a bit nervous of dogs, which explains perhaps why he and Anna sourced the smallest dogs money could buy. He also grew up very nervous with being late. I often recall him tapping on a non-existent watch on his wrist when he was 8 or 9 saying, "Come on, we should be there." Otherwise he was very relaxed and he always was ready with a smile and a quip. Sam's always done everything with determination and full effort, including taking on the entire opposition in some games playing with the Leongatha Parrots and confronting a tenant next door to our place who thought playing loud music at 4 a.m. was acceptable, until Sam, who had to work at 7, convinced him otherwise with about 5 words and a focused stare.
He's jocks on.
He did have his jocks on. Maybe that was why the bloke was speechless. He still managed to cool down after a while and generally maintains a cool sense of humour, a love of nicknames and classic Simpson quotes. Sam, however, couldn't use much of his encyclopedic knowledge of The Simpsons when it came to getting through the police academy, which apparently they named after the series of movies of the same name.
That probably sounded good at 2 a.m.
Pause, but rely on Tara. Although his well-known persistence and determination clearly paid off when Anna, who was by this time nicknamed Sarge, finally not only agreed to study with and help him, but also she promised not to whip him in hand-to-hand combat in front of the rest of the squad. We all know that Sam and Anna met at the academy, and Anna's parents, Louise and Peter, have loved meeting and getting to know Sam and to see their daughter, Anna, enjoying his company so much. Louise recalled that when Anna first was at the academy, she'd call Anna, or Anna would ring home, and the questions about how it was all going was always answered in the affirmative, but pretty briefly. A few conversations over the matter of weeks slowly prized out the mention of one name that seemed to crop up fairly regularly in Anna's conversations. It was Gary. No, it was Sam. Pause, it will be worth it. All right. It all started with, I just studied with him, but it went on from there. Eventually came the time for this phantom young, nearly police officer to join with Anna on a visit to the Kemp home. Peter and Louise smile when they think of this new, about-to-be Constable McCallum driving a truck with holes in the roof of the cabin, holes in the floor and tyres that as a police officer he'd no doubt declare were too bald to be roadworthy. However, Peter and Louise have valued Sam's effort to have a go, to be involved, to feed out and move stock, to help with the calves and generally embracing the family farming traditions. Our side of the family too started to hear different stories and name mentions, but I'd say Sam was a little bit less forthcoming than even Anna for a while, as we do tend to have a habit of adding what we think are humorous digs, puns and witty comments around any issue at all, let alone him having a girlfriend. Although he's your dad. Although it didn't take Laura long to sense something was clearly developing, and we're also glad it did. I asked a few people for their thoughts on Anna, and it was a mark of the true nature of her character. The expressions came through when talking about her, of her being amazing, being down to earth, dependable, supportive, incredibly organised. That hit the top score. Having an infectious laugh and smile, saying, "Oh, stop it!" and making the best slices. Courageous too was mentioned, not in relation to joining the force, just in relation to taking on Sam. Bernie was very happy to offer Anna a place to stay when Anna was doing early night shifts during her positioning at the Warrnambool police station, and how lovely it was to get to know her without Sam hanging around. She noted too that Anna is wonderful in embracing family traditions and has delighted Audrey with special footprints on Easter and plans the best direction to drive for viewing the Christmas lights each year. In welcoming Anna to the family, Bernie's reflected that with Anna we'll never be A, late, B, hungry, and C, we'll never miss a birthday. Peter and Louise and Anna's 3 sisters, Sarah, Emily and Laura, and their extended family welcome Sam to the Kemp clan, and likewise we welcome Anna to ours, whether at times she likes it or not. Thank you both for finding each other. and allowing us to come along today to celebrate your wedding with you. You do make each other smile and laugh, and you do enjoy each other's company, humour and idiosyncrasies so much. When you two came to tell Tara, I and Hamish that you were engaged, Sam's plan was to tell Tara, an emergency nurse, that Anna had hurt a finger. But instead of us both looking to see the rock Sam had given Anna, I was a little slow on the uptake and went inside for Band-Aids and Nivea. That fixes everything. So, I'm incredibly proud of you, Sam, for the determined, principled, insightful and fun-loving man you are, as is Bernie, as are all in the McCallum and McNamara families. And Anna, you look beautiful tonight as usual. It's been wonderful to get to know you and to marvel at your sense of humour, spirit of adventure, your dedication to Sam, your career and the dogs. I was going to say something about the order there, but no, I won't go there. On behalf of both sides of the family, please accept this as an official but hopefully unnecessary welcome, in that you both already know that what joy you've spread among us tonight in allowing us to celebrate with you. Thank you, Sam and Anna, for all your incredible work in organising this wedding and reception, from buses with a timetabled arrival in Melbourne, to music, to food, to drinks, and to even cater for what will no doubt be a diverse range of incredible dancing styles. Oh yes. We have even experienced Janet and Louise staying in a motel last night and not setting off fire alarms just to see what the fireys look like.
You do it once.
You do it once. They never forget, do they? So, to Sam and Anna, you've nailed it. And we are here as the proof of the great people you have in your lives too. Pause needlessly. In a letter to the Corinthians, Paul notes in part that love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things, which sounds a little bit like a marathon. And I think that's very true. And the very next words, though, from Paul give us hope. Love never fails. I now propose a toast on behalf of Peter, Louise, Sarah, Emily, Laura, and the entire Kemp family, on behalf of Bernie and myself, Tara, Laura, Isaac and Hamish, and the rest of the McNamara and McCallum families, to two wonderful people. They have the world at their feet, with families who love them, and who importantly love and cherish each other. May it continue beyond that marathon and endure. And may we see a great deal, you two beautiful people. To Sam and Anna McCallum.
Thank you, Michael. Actually, I doubt that will be the last toast, so if you want to charge your glasses, please go right ahead. That was on behalf of the parents, and if I could just make a quick note to say that this beautiful property today has been provided for the wedding so graciously by Louise and Peter Kemp. Can I get a round of applause for the beautiful farm and what they've done here today? Thank you. That may come up again. How good do the bridesmaids look, everyone? How good? I'm quite keen on the blonde one, actually. Laura. Actually, no, this is not going well. Laura McCallum. That joke was never going to go well, let's face it. Speaking of bridesmaids, the next speech we have is from the Kemp Girls. Please give it up for the Kemp Girls.
Thank you, everybody. I'm Sarah, Emily and Laura, Anna's three sisters. First, would like to just thank you, everybody, family and friends, for coming along today to celebrate such a momentous occasion. Also, thanks goes to everybody who's helped set up and get everything happening for today. A couple of weeks ago, we just cut this cake for silage, so there was yay high, and Dad's moaned it probably at least 3 times since, just to keep it short. We would also like to make mention of the people who aren't here today from our family, our Grandma Gladys and Grandpa Alan, and our uncles Barry and Darren. So when Anna asked us to do a speech, we were brainstorming and got a few ideas together. A couple of stories that I kept thinking of were, well, I put together a few points that Anna had was quite prone to a few accidents when she was in her childhood, we've come to conclude. One instance was we were rollerblading. So if you've seen our house today, we've got the front veranda and the back veranda. The back veranda's a bit longer, so it's a bit better for your rollerblading. You get a bit of speed up before you get to the end. So, we go past, one person goes past, the other past, hot water service is in the middle, so it gets a bit one lane like then. Anyway, Anna was flying along, and similar to the front veranda, there's a veranda post that she just wrapped herself around with, and that was her quick way of finishing. But after that, we did have some cushions and belts to hold the cushions in place, just for added protection. Another little mishap for Anna was at school. She had probably 2 things I think happened at school. One was a little incident on the playground that had a broken arm, and the other one is a little, sometimes you can see it if she hasn't got any makeup on, a little glitch in her eyebrow when she fell off a fence and they got it glued back together. But all in all, we had great childhood growing up. We had cubbies were a big thing. School holidays, you get plenty of time to work on your cubbies. A good one up at the share farm there at the dairy is the hedge, cypress hedge. So Dad would trim that, and we had a great little cubby up there, so you'd go in the bottom and you'd climb up through all the dust up to the top. But then you could run across the top, and if it had been freshly cut, there was plenty of padding, it was easy to go across. Until one would have to yell help because somebody's got their legs stuck and they're falling through a little gap. I've got 2 probably other little stories from our childhood growing up. We've got a little great hallway down the centre of the house. So we would play murder in the dark. All the lights would be off, but sometimes, if it wasn't quite dark outside, you'd get the little light under the crack of the door. So you'd have a few pillows to protect your way along the hallway. So I don't even know what the name of the game was, but you'd be running along, or you're not running along, more crawling along, and then you get this mysterious hand, in all the wrong places, goodness knows what, and I have to be careful because there's the hallway, but there's a little alleyway for where the toilet is, and no one would want to split their head open on that, which was pretty good though. But that was a bit of fun times we had. One little story we had. We have had plenty of animals when we were growing up. We've had dogs and chooks and cats, and we had guinea pigs. So we probably had about, I think, 3 guinea pigs in the little cage outside, and you move them here and there, and that's fine. But occasionally we'd have them inside. Just bring them in on your little lap and have a little play around the lounge room. That's fine. So on this one day, the guinea pigs were inside in the morning, say, and then they went outside and we were eating in the course of the afternoon, and Anna just wasn't sure. Well, I didn't even know how we come to the conclusion, but anyway, we were eating chocolate.
Oh no.
And yes, definitely not too sure, but definitely sure that it wasn't chocolate what Anna was eating. And definitely the remnants on the guinea pigs inside So we had lots of fun little things when we were growing up, and little stories, but it was all in good fun. So I'll pass you on now to Emily and then Laura, who's got some more points to add.
I would first like to say that Sam, well, my stories aren't quite like Sarah's. We're a bit more down to, we've told the stories now. So I'd first like to say, Sam, we're so excited that you and Anna met, and you saw the beauty in Anna and the strong qualities in her that we have been privileged to have grown up with as her sisters. As each new brother has joined our family, might I add, we've had 3 in the past 2 years now. Each brother has brought a presence and a quality unlike another. Sam, you bring a lot of things, but the one quality we love and have been longing for is your incredible sense of humour and your dad jokes.
Dad is a joke.
You're helping me with that speech a bit, aren't you? Sam, it's an absolute privilege to welcome you and your extended family with open arms into our family. As we all know, Anna found her calling for the police force, and that was in the year 2014. And embarking on this family career following in the footsteps of Auntie Jenny and Gina, Anna commenced her career in the police force. This journey has seen Anna personally and professionally grow into the strong, disciplined, hard-working and family-orientated woman that she is today. Seeing Anna so passionate, determined and excited about her work has been one of our greatest privileges as her sisters.
Jesus, now I'm going to cry. The police force has been a pivotal part of Anna's life, one of her greatest achievements and most rewarding experiences. It was the window in her life that brought her to cross the paths with Sam. In a career that often asks a lot of a person, for Anna, I know it has given her so much more than she could have ever imagined. Anna and Sam's relationship has transformed from squad members to study partners and friends to, well, much more than friends, as you can imagine. But it was forbidden in the academy. After months of messaging one another in secret, Sam had Anna's number saved under Laura McCallum, and Anna had Sam's number saved under Laura Kemp. So it was fair to say they loved messaging each other's sisters during school classes. Graduation night, the secret was finally out.
Working in the police force sees Anna and Sam living busy, fast-paced lives in Shepparton. However, they have mastered the art of work-life balance through their well-coordinated rostering of shifts to allow time off together. Ever since graduating the academy, and commencing full-time work, regardless of where they were working, Anna and Sam have always made visiting family and friends a priority for their time off. I think we can all agree that Anna and Sam's visits are always much anticipated, as well as we all eagerly wait to hear and laugh about their stories of their most recent work escapades. Despite their often flying visits, the time they both take out to spend meaningful time with each and every one of us, I'm sure we all have stories of them leaving our hearts full, bellies sore from laughing at Sam's jokes, and Anna's amazing cooking keeping us wanting more. Time may be limited with Anna and Sam, but time spent with them never feels rushed. Their kind natures see them always lending a hand to those on their visits, whether it's on the farm, taking Gabby to one of her many visits to Bunnings, or walking Audrey to school.
Anna and Sam both share a love for the simple things in life, like searching Melbourne for the perfect Nutella donut, going on bike rides, making neck warmers, or even just working in the divvy van. Anna and Sam's passion lie in the experiences and adventures they undertake together. Over their years together, they have hunted for the best adventures, such as camping in Wilson's Prom, running the half marathon together in Melbourne, running side by side the entire way, devouring Nutella donuts at St Kilda Beach, glamping, trips to Lorne, challenging one another's skills on the high rope courses, driving around Tasmania in the camper van, hiking in the Grampians, and exploring Phillip Island. Sam and Anna love surprising one another, however they take it very seriously. This, as you can imagine, proves to be challenging when they share the same bank account. Anna has been known to go to the extent of getting Bank of Laura to pay in order to keep the integrity of the surprise. Anna successfully surprised Chips and Sam with a helicopter ride over the 12 apostles. Sam, in the end, ultimately outdid Anna by proposing in Tasmania. Anna and Sam together have planned this unique and personalised wedding day, creating a day that shows what is most important to them, their friends and their families. We know for sure Anna and Sam will undertake many more adventures together. Can everyone please raise their glass as we toast to the newly married couple? To Anna and Sam.
The Kemp girls, ladies and gentlemen, the Kemp girls, please. So, as was touched upon just then, that Sam and Anna are, of course, members of the police force. Can I get a shout out from the other members of the police force here tonight? I don't really have a joke here, I just think everyone should know who those people are. So behave yourselves. Given the duties of Master of Ceremonies at the wedding today, I was given obviously the schedule, and I saw the words Best Man and Isaac McCallum next to each other, and I thought, that's pretty weird. Never seen that before. So now the moment you've all been waiting for. No, wait, first, Isaac. He's the wizard. He's the slug. He's the best man, Isaac Bernard McCallum.
She looked after the rings as well. Now, I've been told that my speech should reflect the groom tonight, so it'll be short and sweet. One for one. Look at Tara every time. Now, as Andre just said, I am the best man today, and for those of you who don't know me, I'm Isaac. I'm Sam's younger brother. I know what you're all thinking, has Isaac done this before? Now, absolutely I have. I've stood in front of a large crowd many times and made fun of Sam. Sam and Anna, what
You can.
what an incredible event. Seriously, it's such an honour to be involved in your day to day. Anna, you were late for the first time in your life, but it was... I seriously couldn't be happy for the both of you. It was such a special day, and things have gone perfectly. So, you know, in life there are people who have things planned out well in advance, and then there are those who prefer to live on the more impulsive side of the schedule. I don't think there's any guessing which side these two belong. You know, between them, Sam and Anna had this wedding planned in Easter. I'm pretty sure the only thing that wasn't planned down to a T was this speech, but I am still working on it, so we'll get there. But I'm so glad we're able to celebrate this occasion with so many friends and family. We've got people who've come all the way from Northern Territory, WA, New South Wales. Peter and Louise have come from their kitchen, which was nice. The people coming all this way, you know, the effort that people have made, it just goes to show the commitment that people have to be in the presence of a few free drinks. But yes, so it's special to have everyone here. Firstly, a shout out to Sam's parents, Michael, who we've already heard from and probably don't want to hear from again. And then Bernadette, or Chips as she's known by her children. As this speech goes on, everyone will realise how hard you two have had to work in raising your eldest son. Shout outs also to the gorgeous sister Laura, beautiful stepmother Tara, dashing younger brother Hamish, and last but not least, thesaurus.com. I'd like to quickly also make mention of those who weren't able to make it tonight. Sam's granddad Alan McCallum, his uncles Neville Manuel, Rob Cuford, John McCallum and Stephen Seagrave. How shattering for them all that they're about to miss this speech. Shall I get going? I first met Sam in the early 90s. Certainly feels like I've known him a lifetime. You know, looking back at his baby photos, I thought Must have been a time when Mum and Dad thought they'd done an accidental swap with the Miyagi family and the Horsham baby. No, but it didn't take long for Sam to grow into his looks. Whether it was wearing his gigantic Coke bottle glasses, the buoyant bowl cut that he had for a few years, or that firmly slicked over hair. Thanks to Chips for that one. Dad, you not so much. And I think at one point he also had a mullet that he cut himself from school scissors. But I'm hoping none of those styles make a comeback soon, and I'm sure with Anna standing next to him they probably won't. As Dad mentioned, his life did start slowly. He was more than a year old before he sat up. His favourite activity was sleeping, as the back of his head will attest. And also, an interesting thing about Sam is his terrible twos lasted longer than most. In fact, they've extended long into his 20s. Yes, he is known at times to throw a little bit of a tantrum. The best example of this was the time I accidentally smashed him with a tennis ball for a brilliant cover drive during a game of backyard cricket. Raging, Sam's hoisted up a bird bath in a feat of what can only be described as phenomenal strength. He just tossed it across the backyard. "You didn't even say sorry!" He screamed. It didn't help that his outburst had his friend Roy and I in tears of laughter, so I'd like to officially say it tonight. Sam, I'm sorry. And while Sam is smaller than me, what he lacks in size he makes up for in sheer determination. If Sam puts his mind to something, he goes through with it. Whether it was learning the guitar or didgeridoo, which he both learned from scratch, completing his bachelor degree with distinction, or the time during a footy game in Traralgon when he tried to fight about 14 blokes who all stood head and shoulders above him. With two of them holding him in a headlock and me pleading him to stop upsetting the Neanderthals, he was still asking them to bring it on. I'm not sure if they ever said sorry. Slowly but surely though, he has grown up. He's worked through all those obvious jobs, the ones we've all had. Outdoor education assistant, a car wash attendant, a suit salesman in Darwin, a furniture salesman as well before joining the Victorian Police Force. So having known Sam from a young age and from the aforementioned outbursts, I wondered if that was the right choice. But then I remembered you did have some experience with the police, having been dropped home one night by the divvy van on Christmas Eve. I'll leave that there. So in the name of research, I jumped onto the Vic Police site to look up some of the key personality traits that they're looking for in their constables. And among them are a non-judgmental attitude, assertiveness and good communication skills. So I thought we'd just take a look at those pretty quickly. A non-judgmental attitude. It only takes a few minutes of watching TV with Sam or taking a trip anywhere with him publicly to learn that he's probably failed this one. I suppose if you put a positive spin on it, you might say, with a keen eye for detail, Sam is always quick to point out where others can improve themselves. When he comes around to visit anyone in his family, he walks into every room, he'll open every drawer, and he questions the placement of anything that he thinks doesn't belong. And I think that trait's actually been passed on to Anna now, so they're both going on with that, which is great. Assertiveness, that's a big tick for Sam. Sam has, on occasion, let an opinion pop into his head without sharing it. More commonly, however, he will express these sentiments both confidently and in great detail. Sometimes these opinions lack tact, and this can leave some people feeling distressed. This does not worry Sam. Good communication skills. And I'll preface this with a sorry to Grandma. Sam is always eager to express himself, but perhaps could at times use better language. Perhaps he could take a leaf from his father's book and call people a peanut instead. Also, regarding communication, replying to everything in puns does not class as conversation. I'm sure his fellow police officers can agree. But yes, as the list goes on, so too does my scepticism, and as accustomed as I am at the task, I can't make too much more fun of Sam. In all honesty, aside from a little dummy spit every now and then, he's otherwise actually not a bad bloke. And while I've been continually told he wasn't a Miyagi at birth, he definitely grew up to become an older, wiser leader that I was able to learn from. His lessons weren't always obvious at the time, or delivered in a manner befit of any credited instructor. But eventually, as I am slowly growing up myself, I'm realising that he always wanted the best for those around him, particularly me. Life hasn't always been sunshine and rainbows, but you've looked out for me at every turn. You're exactly what a big brother should be, and I'm lucky to have had such a resilient, confident and emotionally intelligent figure beside me. Yep, I looked up those on the Vic Pulse site too. Those qualities, among with many others, helped Sam graduate from the academy where he earned a badge, a gun, God help us all, and most importantly, a girlfriend. In true romantic fashion, as we've heard, they were forced to keep their relationship a secret while training. Dad, you stole my police academy joke. After a couple of... but it wasn't that good, so it's...
No loss.
After a couple of months of waiting, Sam and I finally decided to introduce Laura and I to the mystery girl. We're extremely excited and nervous to meet Anna, and all was going well until about 20 seconds in when I somehow managed to empty an entire pint of beer all over her. She took it well and managed to laugh it off. The awkward moment that is, the beer remained for quite some time. I stand by the fact that I was testing her, and since that moment we've gone along just fine. Sarge, as you've become affectionately known, you fit in so well with our family on both sides. Probably too well, to be honest. It's a little bit scary. But I couldn't be happier to welcome you officially. You're an intelligent, caring, entertaining person, but most importantly, you make Sam happier than any of my jokes ever could. You look absolutely beautiful tonight. Now, I'm supposed to finish this speech tonight with some advice, some wisdom that I have to pass on to you both. Not being married myself, I can only offer these two bits. Sam, remember that sometimes it's okay to keep your thoughts to yourself. And Anna, please, 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 always remember to say sorry. Trust me on that. Ladies and gentlemen, could you please charge your glasses and raise a toast to today's newlyweds, Mr. and Mrs. Sam and Anna McCallum. May good things come your way.
Well done, Slugger. Just one other thing I should mention, on the easel over here, there is an Instagram hashtag. If you can take some photos and post on the Instagram hashtag ILBMcCallum, the spelling of that is on that easel. It was so great to see Sam and Anna choose their grandmothers as witnesses today. Can I have a round of applause for Margaret and Margot, please? It was awesome to see today. It's the best day of their life. So please give me everything you got for Sam and Anna.
Alright, so I always took for granted that I would meet the boy, fall in love, marry the boy and live happily ever after with the boy. Turns out that was trickier than I had anticipated. As you all know, Sam and I met and we just clicked. They say first impressions last forever, and I can truly say that with the McCallum and McNamara crew that certainly was the case. Tara was first cab off the rank. Meeting her in her Collingwood pyjamas, I thought, well, that's a pretty good start.
One step too.
Isaac, as he stated, Isaac and Laura were next. As Isaac hid in the bushes, I might point out. Before finally getting to meet me, and then the pint of beer was all over me. And then came Chips, and she was next, and with a big warm welcome. The first day I met her, she was have a cup of cha. And I realised pretty quickly that we both had the OCDC, or ACDC as she calls it. Ords was last, and while Miss Personality, I thought, oh, this will be good, kids are pretty honest, I'll strap myself in. The second she found out that my name was Anna, I think I got the tick of approval, and it was under no false pretenses that my new name was to be Anna, off Frozen, and that was it. When I got home from meeting Sam and the crew, the family, I thought, bloody hell, I really want to be a part of this family. Like, I knew straight away that I just clicked, and we all had the same values, and I just knew how loving and caring they were, and I could just see my own family in theirs. I thought these are the really good ones, and you want to be a part of them too. You really want to love this boy, and well, here we are. The sense of utter relief I felt when I realised Sam was the one, which is about 2 months after meeting him. I think it was a little bit less for him, but time takes... was huge. Sam is the most thoughtful person I've ever met. He knows what you need before you do. When I introduced him to the Kemp clan and my friends, it was as though he'd been there all along. I've never had so much adventure, love and of course laughter in my life. I knew that I had found the one when Sam and I discussed getting a puppy, as was previously stated. Sam wanted a German Shepherd, I wanted a toy poodle, so we compromised and got 2 toy poodles. I remember speaking to Mum one day and I said, Mum, I know I'll have found the one when I don't need materialistic possessions anymore and when I'm just content. And I can honestly say that as soon as I found my job, I found the boy, I was like, I'm done. I don't need anything left. I'm just happy. I could live anywhere with you, Sam. Clearly, I live in Shepparton. And that's the Shepparton crew. But as long as I have you, I'm home. Today we are so fortunate to be surrounded by the most beautiful and kind friends and family. It's literally overwhelming and really humbling to think that you're all here for us today. To my family, thank you for guiding me to where I am today. To Sam's family, I can't wait for what our future together holds. I have to read it. And finally to my husband, thank you for being you, as without you I couldn't be me.
Clinton was a bit nervous when we arrived. He got a hot tip from Sportsbet about what horse to bet on, so I'm just checking that for him. I haven't prepared a speech, as you can see. I've just put some notes on my phone. So, first of all, a massive thank you to Peter and Louise. They've put on a massive amount of work. Not only just for today's in all the work they've done out here and organising everything and putting up with me over the years. So massive thank you to them. It's been amazing. To the bridesmaids, you all look amazing. Thank you very much. And the boys, you all look pretty good as well. Well done. I won't hold you up too much. I know speeches tend to drag on a bit, but I just wanted to, as most of you are probably aware, I used to love playing cricket. Isaac and I used to spend hours and hours and hours playing cricket with each other, and Isaac was always more of the batsman, and I used to, love just bowling. But one of the wise things I've learned is it's always better to bat above your average, and I think I'm doing that tonight. So I'll finish it there. Thank you very much to Anna. Thank you, David.
Help him.
I think you'll all agree that Anna looks particularly stunning today, as usual. I've done very well for myself. She's done alright too. I'm pretty good, Kat. Thank you all very much for coming. I know a lot of you have come a long way and made a lot of effort, particularly those coming from interstate that are coming back in another month. Even those of you that haven't come very far, I appreciate your attendance and thank you very much. If I don't get around to say thank you, honestly, it's very humbling to have you all here for us today. And lastly, thank you very much to Anna. You've been amazing. Ever since I met you, I pretty quickly fell in love with you, and I'm pretty happy that we're here today. So thank you very much.